Hard times have set in on the small rural town of Baxter Springs. With the closing of the area's largest employer, the mine, citizens were growing hungry with the lack of money to even buy themselves food. Then the local church pastor had an idea: put his little country farm to work to support his flock. This is the story of the church.
Good morning, friends. My name is Brother Lawrence, and I have an idea to help out our small community. Come along with me while I head into town to find someone in need that might be willing to help out on our family farm here. As you saw just a while ago, times here have got rough. You know, when the mine closed, everybody seemed to have lost everything they had. You know, people lost their homes, can't afford the food. Well, I was fortunate enough to have this small farm here, probably about 50 acres of land. I'm the pastor of this church. I thought, you know, what can I do to help those in need? So we're going to run into town and see if there's anyone that is in need of work and would be willing to come out and help with the harvest this year. I also found out that there's an old greenhouse in town that has been foreclosed on and is available for a pretty good price. So I think in a little while we're going to come. It's actually this place here on our right. This place is up for sale on a bank foreclosure. So we might just go ahead and buy that to be able to help out more. But let me stop at the gas station and see if anyone's in need. Here's somebody we can come up and talk to. Well, that's great. He's willing to come out and help. So that'll give us somebody that we can help support. Help him and his family out. Let's get back to the farm here and get the combine fired up, and then he said he'd meet us right out there in a little bit. This is our small farm here. We have the New Holland tractor. That's our big tractor that we got. And then up in our little building up here, we have a little Massey Ferguson tractor. Does some of the small work around the farm. This is our bigger guy here. Combine, the 3640. Let's get it backed out and get hooked up to the corn head. We do currently have some chickens as well. Hopefully they can lay some eggs that we can sell to make a little bit of money. That greenhouse in town, I only have $50,000. I'm just a small-time farmer and a small community pastor, so there's not a lot of income from what I do here, but every little bit helps. We have a little silo here. All we have in it's a little bit of wheat for the chickens. Just keep them fed. This little Massey Ferguson drill. Now we did get a newer mower last year. Got that Kubota mower and a little windrower rake, and then a little pickup wagon, a little trailer to haul animals back and forth. I've been wanting to get a cattle barn to milk some cows. Haven't done it yet. This thing looks like it's already unfolded. If I can get this started up, get started, and then our friend from town's going to come out and help. Hopefully I can get a little bit of headland done for him. Then all he's got to do is take over. He did have some experience working on a farm before. When he was younger, he helped out on his father's farm. I'll set this up and then he can take over. There, now he is off. I do have it set up for base wages, so he is getting paid just directly as most farming simulator horseplay is set up. He's at 100% wages, so that is good. As long as he knows what he's doing, we will get back and we will grab the little New Holland and the wagon so we can haul the grain to our bin. We actually do have a straw path coming off of that combine. I don't know if it'll be enough, because I've actually not done corn stalks before. We do have the pickup wagon where we could do it. Not sure if there's any place we could use the bedding for or not. I really don't have a place to store it. Oh, looks like he's blocked by an object. Let's get down there and see what we can do to help him out. Might have to cut a tree down. our field back here. You know, I've been wanting to get rid of some of these trees in the middle, and he might be needing me to get rid of one of them for him. Let's see. Yes, that is the deal. He is blocked by this tree. Let me grab my chainsaw. See if we can cut it real quick for him. Hopefully we can get it so it doesn't fall in the path. Oh, come on. There we go. Hopefully it falls the other way, and then we'll get the pickup and we'll haul this lumber to town, or this wood to town. Oh, of course I would go the wrong way. Never remember which way to do. Ooh, okay. Okay, yeah, he's really good with our combine. Let's see. All right, I think I might just help him out real quick. All right, let's just help him and try to go around it. That wasn't going to be good on the equipment. Like I said, he knows what he's doing. He's done this before. There. Let's see if I can get him set back so we can take off. There. Looks like he's doing fine now. He's back up in the field. We got to find a way to get this tree out of here. This will just cut it up in some smaller pieces. Bring the pickup. Hopefully he will just go back to doing the headland and not around this little cluster of trees. Let's see, I see him going through. Is he coming this way? I hope not. Oh, he is coming this way. Better hurry, get out of his way. Of course, he's just going to drive right over these pieces of log. Who knows what logs are going to do to his combine, or I should say my combine. That's okay. He needed the job. I'm happy to have him on board. Let me get the rest of this, and then we'll get the pickup in here and start hauling this off. Well, he's loaded already, so we got some of the lumber or the logs thrown in the back. Let me try to get around the field here and see how far he got. Hopefully not running over too much. So our property does actually go clear out here as well. So I believe we're probably, maybe this winter, going to get back here, cut down all these trees, and be able to plow this up to add a new field to help out. Like I said, there's those greenhouses in town I'd like to buy. There's actually some land here on the farm that we could also do a greenhouse if we need to. Whatever we can do to try to help out the most without spending a lot. As you can tell, the wages are already going down, so it's already charging us some money for the wages for this guy we have working. Let's see, I don't know how far he got. He got a lot farther than I thought. Maybe I should have came in the other way. Next here, we're back to the main road. I think he made it all the way around the field once. Yes. He was about to where we were parked the tractor, right back at the church again. If I would have just looked behind me, we wouldn't have had to drive all around. Alright, let's get this piece off. And oh, he's going to want to start. Let me switch that so he doesn't start. Well, it must be with the combine I ended up going with in this series. Will not allow me to just program it to stop while unloading. I can program it what percent to unload with, so I will just have to manually stop each time, which is no big deal. We'll get this unloaded, and then we'll let him get back to work while we run those logs to town. Looks like the carpentry shop in town is in need of some wood, so that's where we're going to go. It's really close to the farm, so we don't have very far to travel. Yeah, a lot of people in town, they were all tied up in the mine. When it went under, it really messed everything up for people. Nobody knew what to do, and it was a big mine too. Let's see if I can get this sold. There, $21.55 in that one tree. That's a good start. Now if I can get out of here without running into anything, I'm not sure if there's a way around back or not. Oh, that fence is not real. I like that. You didn't see that. Oh well. let's get back to the farm and get the rest of those logs loaded up. They may not sit in the pickup very well, but they are all in there at least. So let's see how he's doing. I'm not sure what he's up to right now, but he will figure it out. As long as the field gets done, that's what's important. With the money we're making on these logs, we'll actually do really good when we start cleaning out that back lot where we want to do the other field at. We should have quite a bit in lumber back there. We'll see what we get out of the rest of this tree. So with almost $3,000, that really helps us out. Now we're almost $5,000 more than we started the day with. So that is really good. Of course, we are playing on 2-day months. Of course, every first day of the month is the weekdays, and then the second will be Sunday. So let me get back and we will grab our New Holland tractor and see if we can help him out with unloading again. This should be enough to fill us almost all the way up. And we'll get this dropped off in the bin and let him run another round here. Of course, this little wagon, it doesn't hold a whole lot, but it's good enough for this little farm. Yeah, 100%. All right, let me get him started back up, and then we'll go drop this off at our bin. Just don't know if there's enough straw out here to make it worthwhile trying to pick this up. Also don't know what corn stalk straw is worth. I guess I could look real quick on my way back. Looks like it's just regular straw. It comes in at $109 per 1,000 liters. So I don't know if that would be very much, how long it would take to actually collect it to begin with. So I think we'll probably just leave it alone and not collect it this time. Maybe in the future if we have a bigger combine, then maybe we can do it. Let's put in our bin, and we might grab the pickup while he's doing that, run to town and see if we can end up buying that greenhouse from the bank. So let's go find out. Here we are at the greenhouse, and it looks like we can go ahead and buy it. It's only $8,500. The bank is really wanting to just get rid of it. So we will spend the money there. They said it does come with some equipment that's included, but we do have to go in and purchase these as well so we can produce stuff with it. So we will go ahead and buy the greenhouses. Looks like they need, I'm not sure what they need. Let me see here. They need water, seeds, and fertilizer. All right, let's get over and purchase the other one. Might as well own them both. Of course, it's really nice. Look how beautiful they look. Then we go in here and we buy them, and everything turns dead. Hopefully that's not a sign of how we're going to be operating this place. We want it to look good. But there's our water tank. Let's see what it comes with here. Oh, looks like we actually have seeds already. Seeds and fertilizer. Yeah, solid fertilizer. Well, so we already got stuff to start. Oh, and we got a water tank and a Kubota side by side. So let's grab some water. Open the right doors here. I can find out where the doors are. Maybe you can only open them from outside. Yeah, we'll go out through that door. That's okay. Get some water put in the greenhouses and get them started. Run to town and see if we can find somebody that is willing to operate it for us. I think something like this, maybe $1,000 a month would be nice. Let me fill this up and get the greenhouses going. Well, just spent $2,200 to get enough water in the tank. That'll last us a long time. We didn't fill it, but we got quite a little bit. This is a pretty good sized tank here. Probably more than what the Kubota can really handle. That's what they had here, so that's what we'll use for this. And use the little pallet jack to get the seed and fertilizer out here. We should be doing pretty good then. I'm sure our guy on the farm, he's going to be ready to have us unload him pretty soon. So we'll need to get back and take care of him. Let's see how much these take. Oh, they may take the whole thing. Yes, it did take it all. So fill this tank up again and put in the other greenhouse. Alright, see if we can figure out how to operate this. There. Oop. I guess we'll take both pallets. Not sure if it's supposed to grab both or not, but as long as I know to stop after one goes off in each greenhouse. Spin this thing around. Pretty nice that it came with everything we needed to get started. Not sure where it actually goes. Not sure where the delivery point is. Figured it'd be close to the water. Well, let me find this and see you in a minute. Well, it turns out these seeds will not work. So we're just going to put those back. The big bags do. So we're just going to, put the big bag in, and it costs us $800 each bag. But hopefully the fertilizer works. Maybe that's why this place didn't stay in business. What they had didn't work. Now I am stuck on the pallet jack. Let's see. Oh, come on. Come on. Boom. Alright, let's see if the fertilizer will work. Yep, doesn't look like it's going to work either. So we'll get some fertilizer, we'll get some more seed. So we got seed in both of them. And we'll just pick up the big bag like we're super strong or something. Here we go. It's the last bag of fertilizer. And you gotta get some seed put in the other one, and should be good. Let's see where I threw that bag of seed at. Oh, there it is, back of the pickup. Knew it was close. Alright, try to accidentally put in the wrong one. There we go. Now we just got to figure out what kind of vegetables we want to grow in here. Let's see what's worth the most amount of money. Looks like lettuce is definitely coming in really good on price, especially at the Lizard Logistics. Over 4,000. So let's do some tomatoes and some lettuce. Maybe we'll do tomatoes in one, lettuce in the other. So lettuce there. Let's go over here and fire up tomatoes. Looks like they do the same amount every time. Yeah, but fewer come out. Looks like you do get more tomatoes than you get lettuce. And strawberries you get the most. Alright, well that's going good. We got to get back to the farm and help out our guy in the combine, but one other thing we need to do is run over to the gas station, see if there's anybody else in need of work that could come and manage this place for us. Let's go find out. It'd be nice having this greenhouse to produce some vegetables. Whoop. Okay, high centered there on the curb. Alright, let's see what we got here. I'll run in and see if somebody wants to work. Alright, that worked out good. Somebody's going to run right over. We agreed on $1,000 a month. They will manage it for us, take care of all that, and we can focus more on the farmyard. Let's go help him get unloaded and finish that field today. Well, here we go with our second load. It's almost full. It's headed back to keep going there. And there's still this corner of the field still to do. He's going to have to leave soon. He has to get back to the house, but when he goes, we will finish it ourselves. He helped out a lot. I was just checking, he's already made over $700 today, so that was good. That'll help him out a lot, help me out a lot. Keeps me from doing all the work myself. It'll be a couple months before we actually sell any of this grain, and the prices are higher. Just never good in September. That's when everybody else is bringing in their corn. Take this all in here, and then we will head back to the field and probably take over combining. This is the last little bit of corn I have left. Get it all harvested real quick. This series actually came from the mind of L Family Gaming Dad. He had mentioned a series like this, and recommended it to me, and I thought, you know what? I think I'm going to roll with that. I'm going to try it. Series about a small town pastor trying to help out the community. So that is what we're doing here on this series. We'll just manually switch the money out, because right now we're the hired hand that we have on the farm, he will automatically have the wages taken out. But the one we have managing our shop uptown, the greenhouse, we'll just take $1,000 each day out of that. And then that'll make that go really simple. But let me offload this into our wagon real quick, and we'll run it to the bin. And we'll be able to go to sleep for the night. I'll see you in the morning. Well, happy Sunday morning to you. Yesterday our wages was $779 for the guy we had operating the combine, and we'll take another $1,000 out for the labor at the greenhouse, and then we had $5,145 worth of wood sold, so I'll just round that up to $52 in tithes for the profit we made. So I'll get that edited out real quick. There we go. 1,000 for the greenhouse, 52 in tithes. Welcome in, everyone, to the month of October. This month we're going to use our new little log trailer we bought, and we're going to clean out the logs that are in this field that we combined around last time. We're going to try to make it a little bit cleaner field so we don't have to worry about those issues. Unfortunately, these are not the good trees that are easy to cut up, so we're probably going to have a bunch of brush piles out here too, and just get the big portion of the logs moved out. But you know how much we made the last episode on logs, so that's what we're kind of wanting to do this time. Get these logs cleaned out. We're going to plow this field up. Which, if you look at the forecast, there is rain in the forecast, so I'm going to try to get most of that done before the rain happens. And then back here, I want to have this all tilled up into another field that we can maybe plant some potatoes in. We got tomatoes and lettuce growing at the greenhouse. Another good crop would be some potatoes. It's actually a good movie that came out several years ago that was called Faith Like Potatoes. So if you hadn't seen that movie before, maybe you could search one of the movie search engines and try to find that movie somewhere. It's based in South Africa, I believe. But it was a really good movie. Let me get out here and get some of these logs cut down. I did turn on the lumberjack mod. Of course, now I got so many weeds here I can't really see what I'm doing. I got the lumberjack mod on so I can cut these down a little easier, a little faster. I think first I might just paint this grass, get rid of this grass here. We don't really want all the weeds in the way and we can't see what we're doing. I'll clean this out and then I'll come right back in. There, now all the bushes are gone, so it's going to be a lot easier to work with. Chainsaw going again, and we'll get some of this cut up. Well, it's definitely no pretty load, but it is loaded. So we'll run this to town and see what we can get out of it. Ooh, if I can keep it on the wheels. Probably what I should do, I probably should just see how much that lumber mill is going to cost. Maybe it's going to be really hard to drive. You can hardly make a little turn. Should see how much that mill would cost to be able to turn this into furniture. But right now we only have $16,000. We're still paying $1,000 a day for the employee we have uptown running our greenhouse. But I do know there are some tomatoes and lettuce that's ready to be picked up. So once we get some of this sold off, we will go in and we will haul that to a sell point. Let me go to town. There we go. First load of another $5,924. That's pretty good for that little bit. Of course, now this one, in the last episode, if you noticed, there was no collisions on these fences. But now with this thing, there is. I know I drove right through this one last time. Oh, still can. So just the other one has collisions on it. Let me go back. I will go ahead and cut all these trees down, so I'll save you from having to watch all that. Then we'll end up seeing how much money we made on sold logs. Talk in a little bit. So all I have left is this one tree here. I see some kid put his toy up in the tree. So I'm going to see if I can get up high enough on the tractor to be able to reach it. Nope, maybe. There we go. Hey, we caught it. $1,000 for that toy. Well, that was nice. Some little kid ran his toy across the drive here. Alright, well now we get the tractor out of the way and we can cut our last tree down. We got the brush fire over there. Get this thing out of the way and we'll cut it down and cut the top and throw it all in the fire. I probably should go a little bit farther out of the way. Normally cut the tree in the wrong direction. Alright, here we go. Last tree. Alright. As long as it don't fall in the church, that would be really bad. Get this piece here cut off. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to save that piece. I'm just going to take this big top here. Show the whole thing in. Oh. There she burns down. I think. Part of it burnt. If I can move it over just a little bit more. I think every time it takes out of my hands. It's going down. Don't want to buy a bulldozer just to push it around. Oh well, we'll let that burn down and we'll get this last piece into town. It does look like it's continuing to burn down some. The branches are turning black, so it should be gone. I did have to put in a sell-all station next to our little lumber place in town. I guess it filled up with all they needed, so it wouldn't take any more. So I thought, well, I'm already taking it to town, might as well just put a sell-all in the same place. So that's what I did. But this is what I ended up putting in. See what our last log is going to bring us. There, not too bad, $2,300. We'll get back to the farm, we'll hop in the New Holland tractor and probably we'll plow up the spots where the trees were, clean that up, and then we'll get another hired guy from town, probably the guy we had last time, have him come out and plow the rest of it, and then we'll take our pickup into town to be able to haul off all the vegetables we've been growing overnight. Yeah, it's still taking a while to get down. Let's see if I can try to move it over. Not let me grab it anymore. No, we'll just leave it there and hopefully it eventually disappears. I'll get the other tractor. Might see if I can get around and push the tree. It looks like the fire's more over here. Get in there and back up just right. Try not to get too much into the fire. There. Still not really burning down though. Oop, we do have this one stump left out of here. Get rid of it. There we go. Now it's gone. Now we can finish plowing this little section up. There we go. But I'll plow this up, then we'll get somebody to do the whole thing. We're definitely going to have to keep our eyes on the sale market to see if a bigger tractor ever comes along. This tractor really can't handle this little plow. And it's a small plow too. It's not big at all. It takes everything it has to try to get through this. One of the problems is the tractor tries to shift, and when it shifts, it loses speed, and then we're going slower than we were before. There, let's see if it'll try to shift again. Of course, now it's able to handle it, probably because it's already plowed up. Got just this little piece down here left. I haven't even looked at the sale market, but we only have 42,000. You can't get much of a tractor for 42,000. Yeah, see there, 3 miles per hour, 4. Then it does shift. then it really gets bogged down when it goes up higher. Finish this up. We'll set horseplay up again. Have the guy from town finish it off for us. There he is. I did look, and it looks like that plow is 170 horsepower. And the tractor's only 125 horsepower. So we are underpowered. But there was nothing on sale besides an electric tractor, and it was only 75 horsepower. So we'll go into town now and start loading up our produce. Here we go. It looks like we can get 4 pallets in. Not sure if I can strap that last one. Ooh, right down the middle. Yeah, that should work. Now we'll just run these and sell them at the grocery store. There's actually a little lot right next to the church, and I thought about putting in a little farmer's market there to try to help out the community. But right now, until we have a little more money, we're going to have to keep doing it this way. See how much we get out of these tomatoes. Not sure why. There they go. It's not wanting to grab that last little corner. 2,700 pounds, so they didn't bring a whole lot. I'm going to probably have to end up getting like an auto load trailer to be able to load more at a time. But I will finish bringing all the produce in, and we'll see how much we get out of all that. Well, I spent $9,000 and got this auto load trailer, so now we can haul it all, and we're actually going to go to a neighboring town because their prices are almost twice as much as here. So the more money we can make, the farther our money will go. Let me try to find this other town. We did tag it, so you can kind of see the green beam up there. It's a little overloaded for this little pickup, but we will follow the green light and we will go see how much we can get in the next town. Here we are, next town over. I can find out how to get in there. We did drive past another sawmill. Let's see, looks like straight ahead, Lizard Logistics. There we go. This place ships this stuff all over the country. So I'm not in a semi-trailer, but it looks like it is a loading dock. They got a forklift ready for it. There we go. Let's see how much we can get out of it. Another $20,000. That's pretty good for just a 1 month's worth of work at that greenhouse. Actually, I don't think we've even had it a whole month. You know, we would have bought it in September, but it wasn't the first thing in the day on September 1st. Now, let me go back and we'll see how our hired hand's coming along. Well, now that it has started to rain, I'm in the cabless tractor. Not sure if this is going to have enough power to do some mowing back here to try to clean some of this brushes up. There's a lot of brush, shrubs, well, everything. I'm not sure if it's going to have the power, but I'm going to try. Looks like it will. Wait until I stop, as long as I keep going. Oh yeah, it's really struggling. I have to wait till the New Holland's available. Looks like it shifts gears and then it can't handle second gear. I was going to mow this and then grab our rake and get it raked and tedded out here. Make some hay bales. Or not, maybe not hay bales because we don't have a baler, but I do have that pickup wagon. Make a little extra money. So we're going to plow all this up soon. Hopefully, probably the next episode we'll plow it because I want to get potatoes planted. I will struggle through this. It looks like he's blocked anyhow, so I need to go check him out. And we'll see if we can get any of this mowed. Well, now we have to make some money off of this grass back here because I went and spent about $30,000 on this used white 2135. Little Massey tractor could not get through this. So I had to do something. At least now I'm in a cab, so I'm not getting wet. Now we should be able to mow this a lot faster. This all cleaned up nicely, then grab the little rake. Heck, this goes a lot quicker too. We'll grab the little rake, we'll get it tedded up and rake a few of these rows together. Then we should be able to get it loaded in our pickup wagon and try to make a little profit off of it. But I will finish mowing this and then we'll go grab the tedder. Seems like most of this out here was more weeds than anything. Like that one row, this kind of weed here doesn't even give us any grass out of it. So we lost all that. Barely going to be worth even raking, but we'll do it. Try to get a little bit more today. It's going to be a while before he gets done plowing anyhow, as slow as he's going. It's a small plow, and the tractor really don't have the power either. I probably should switch him and let him use this one. I think that would probably go a lot faster for him. Now I've already got him going, so we'll just let him be, and we'll go get the rake. I've always liked using this little tedder rakes, since it's the one thing they'll do both at the same time. They can rake the field at the same time as tedding it. I just wish it was a little bit wider. I'm not sure if there's any other tedders out there that'll rake it at the same time or not. If so, I mean, I'd love for you to leave that in the comments. That would definitely help. Anything bigger than this would be nice. I mean, she's beautiful though. I love this old style of rake. I'll keep going around this, get it raked up a little bit, and then go collect it with the pickup wagon, and we'll see how much we end up collecting out of it. Well, we're not getting a whole lot off of it, but I mean, 14,000 liters. I believe that's all of it. Well, I'll find out where the best place to sell it is, and that's where we'll take it. As I was looking to see where the best place to sell this hay is, I noticed that there is a contract available to harvest potatoes for $292,000. Boy, a project like that would definitely make this community a lot of money. Unfortunately, I don't have potato equipment, and I can't afford that big of potato equipment. I'm just going to have to pass on this year on it at least. It was a big field though. Got this, the animal market is the best price, so that's where we're going to go. It's not a lot of money, but you know, we already had the mower and we had the pickup wagon. We just didn't have a big enough tractor. So that expense is out of the way. Now we have another big one. We'll actually probably do a lot of the work the New Holland was doing. The New Holland just isn't quite big enough to pull that plow. Let me get down the street here and we will head to the animal market. Well, there it is. It says back there in the corner. Well, that's kind of neat. They got a mixer running all the time sitting there. It says to take it back to the back corner. That's where we'll see if it'll put it. Not sure what you put here. Maybe this is where you buy bales at. Looks like it's where you buy them at. There. Let's see what we get out of it. 14,000 liters. Brings us in. Oh, only $2,400. It's nowhere close to paying this tractor back off, but we needed the tractor anyhow, so it wasn't too bad. But I'll get this equipment back to the farm and we'll help out the hired hand. Well, our hired hand needed to go home for the day, so I thought, you know what, we'll swap out tractors and we will finish it. There's not a whole bunch left here. He had most of it finished up all for us, so just got a little ways to go and then we'll be able to call it a day. So let me finish this up real quick and see when I'm done. Well, since we got the big field done, I think I'm going to do the outline here to this field so we know exactly how big our potato field's going to be. Not going to be too big of a field, but everything we're going to use is going to be little pull-behind implements. Not going to have any of the big fancy self-propelled equipment. So we really don't want too big of a potato field. I think this will be more than enough. It'll supply our little town for a long time. We'll finish this one in November, so we know what we'll be doing. We also need to seed this field here too that we just plowed. I'm not sure what we're going to plant in it. Pretty good sized field. Don't really want to do corn again, so we might switch over and do wheat. Let me go park this and we'll go to sleep and then get ready for church in the morning. Well, yesterday we had $51,034 in income, so we subtracted $5,103 for tithes for church today, and then we ended up spending another $1,000 on the wages for those working up at the greenhouse. So, welcome in everyone to the early morning hours here in November. We got up bright and early this morning because we have a lot to get done here in the month of November. We've got to plant our main field that was corn last time around. We're going to plant that in wheat, and we need to finish getting this plowed up so we can go get a potato planter and plant potatoes in this field. So I'm glad you could join me today. Kind of a cold morning. It was snowing a little bit earlier, but thankfully it has stopped. We don't want snow on the ground when we're trying to plow it up, but I will get this field finished up, and then we will run to the dealership to find a potato planter and pick up some seed to plant the wheat field. So, thanks for joining us. Well, now that we got that last field all plowed up and ready for potatoes, I'm going to grab our trailer up here and use it to hopefully it'll be big enough to get our seeder on the back of for our potato planter. I also need to get a pallet of potatoes to be able to seed it. The one they have is actually small enough that we should be able to just use our little Massey Ferguson tractor to do it. Then we can get the guy from town to come out and he can seed the wheat field as we work on the potatoes. I really like the idea of doing potatoes. The only thing is I don't know how we're going to have enough equipment, at least big enough tractors, to be able to harvest it. So I might have to look into finding something smaller to harvest our potatoes with, because we have $20,000 and we're going to be spending a little bit of that as soon as we get to the dealership. So we won't have much left, but by the time they're ready, maybe we'll have some other income available. So but let me run into the dealership and pick up some new equipment. This is our new potato planter for $1,500. The shop plays music, so I try not to get too close to that because I don't want it to cause an issue with our stream. So that's our new potato planter. Just a little 2-row, 1.9 meters. I'll grab some potato seed and also some wheat seed. Hoping I can use this forklift here to be able to pick up our planter and load it. Looks like it's not going to work. I'm probably going to just have to... Well, there it goes. Maybe there's a way. I can hit it just right. Yeah, perfect. That'll work. Yeah, I'm glad I brought this trailer. It should work a little better. I got 2 pallets of wheat seed and then the 1 tote of potatoes. I think that should be enough. I mean, it's not too big of a potato field. There. I'll get the rest of this loaded up, and then we will head back to the farm. There we go, last pallet of seed. Over $950 a pallet. I think that's going to be more than enough to plant our wheat field. This out of the way. Nope. All right. Let's see if I can get these strapped in right. Not sure if that. Hopefully that'll stay fine. Another strap. Not quite reaching, but I think it'll work. Looks like it's going to stay put. All right. Get back in the farm and get to planting. Here we are. We arrived safely back to the farm. Had a little trouble on one of the bridges. You go across, there's a river you cross, and the tongue on this is just low enough that it wanted to pull me off into the river. We made it. Let's get this thing unstrapped. And then we're going to have to use some strength to get this thing off. There's no other, oops, wrong button. No other way to really do it. Since I don't have a loader of my own. Drop it there. There we go. Now we can grab the new Holland, and I think I'll hook it up to the Massey's seeder. Get it loaded up with some wheat seed, and then get course play set up, and then we'll have that hired hand come out and plant our big field, and then we'll get in the little Massey tractor and start planting some potatoes. Just remember that I forgot to get some fertilizer. I forgot this seeder will actually fertilize at the same time. I'm not sure if I should go get some fertilizer or just fertilize it later. So we're going to have to fertilize it once by ourselves anyhow. The seeder is actually a little bit bigger than I think we really need on the farm. A good sized drill. Alright. Filled up here. Took quite a bit of that one pallet. Let's see if I can get it to work in the field without having the fertilizer in it. Well, I did have to buy a pallet of fertilizer. Just had it delivered instead of running to town. They wouldn't let it go without. And now everything seems to be working fine with that. It's only half full of fertilizer. It's as far as the one pallet would reach, but it's enough to get him started, and we will go over here and start trying to get the potatoes going. I love this little Massey Ferguson tractor. Not sure what year it would be, but it's an older one. I think this little potato planter says it is a 1984, which I think that looks a little older than that with the metal wheels, but I'm pretty sure on the back it's, I guess maybe it doesn't say 1984 on it. Must have just been when it was in the shop. You could pick what year it was, and the oldest it would go was 1984. Trying to get just the potatoes without getting too close to the seed and putting seed in it. All right, let's get back to that back field. Now we can start planting potatoes. All right, I'm not going to plant it all, I don't think. Let's see how many we can get. Alright, seed's going down, so we must be doing something right. Kind of a slow go, though. Get about 4 miles per hour. But it does go through seed pretty quick. It's a small hopper. Not sure who would be done first, me or the hired hand. I'm sure as many times I got to run back and forth to get potatoes to plant with. I'm sure he'll probably get done before me. But like I said, I doubt we're going to plant all of this in potatoes. Quite a little bit. And then knowing that we're going to have to try to find some kind of harvester to work with our little tractors, I don't think we're going to go too much. I mean, we could always lease some equipment. I'll have to look on the mod hub to see if there's anything kind of in the inexpensive category. There we go. I'll get some of this seeded up, and then we'll run and get more seed until we're out. I'm not so sure, but we might actually have enough seed to do this whole field. I think our tote in the back of the pickup is about half full still. So we are doing really good with this. I like how the faster you go, the faster those chains, pull the potatoes out. I did turn it up a little bit so that I can plant a little faster. We're getting through this field pretty quick. This little tractor. Not sure how the other guy's going. Oh, he's still got a ways to go. He started the other end, so Still got a lot of weeds out here I want to get rid of. Had a comment on our, I believe it was our first episode of the church, where a lady was talking about what we should do. You know, how we harvested the cornfield and we had straw left over. Well, we could have actually collected that straw and gave it to somebody in need. So I think the next time we do that, we're going to keep the straw and be able to donate it to maybe a farmer that doesn't have enough feed for his cattle or enough bedding for him. So, and then hopefully someday we will have cattle on our farm. Right now, we're just doing a couple crops, and then we do have the chickens. They did lay a lot of eggs. We got a lot of baby chicks right now, but not really worth anything. I think they're $1 a piece last I looked. That's not going to go very far. So right now we'll just keep the chickens. Maybe we can try to find a butcher to be able to butcher the chickens, get some meat out of it. But I will continue planting this field until we're out of potatoes, and then we'll go check on the other guy and help him finish up. This one pallet of potatoes has definitely gone a lot farther than I thought it would. Last I checked, our other planter is about out of fertilizer. We're going to have to go buy another pallet of that for him. See, we still have some potatoes left. We haven't even gone through the whole thing, and we're just about done here. Might come back, since he's still going to be busy, and try to mow some of these weeds out of here. I'm not sure if we will bale it right away, or I guess we don't have a baler, but I'm not sure if we will pick it up right away or just leave it, just to try to get the weeds down. There's just so many weeds out here, you can't really see to turn around. I'm in all over these bushes. Get through there and at least get rid of the brush. Yeah, well, this will just about do it for this field. Come back one more time, and still gonna have seed in this too. Not sure how far our property line goes that way. We'll still have all these trees eventually to get rid of. One comment we got on this is another gentleman is playing on this map, and he actually took the tree devourer. I remember what the name of it is right off. He brought it out here and just ground these up into wood chips. Since the trees don't cut down really easy, so we might actually do that. We might just get the tree grinder out here and chop all these up. Wood chips, sell that, make some money off of those. Could still buy a sawmill or some kind of equipment to be able to turn stuff into furniture. That'd be a really nice project to do. But yeah, he's got a ways to go. He might be close to half done. Let me go put this away, and then we will go to the greenhouse, and we got to take care of things there. That looks like he needs refilled, so first I guess we will bring in some more fertilizer for him. There we go, some more fertilizer. Let's see, that might be enough to finish it, I'm hoping. So that's $1,400 per pallet. I don't want to get another one of those if I don't have to. So we'll probably buy the next one in bulk, so we can spread it for the whole field. Figure better fill that up. Get him back in the field, and then we will go tend to the greenhouse. Alright, let's see what we produced over the last month. Wow, looks like quite a bit of tomatoes and lettuce. This auto load thing's going to work here for us. I never remember what button to push. Let me turn on the cheap. There, I think I got it there. Now it's loading all of them. Get them all in one pass. I'm sure the best price is probably going to be the next town over. We need to make some money in this episode, because right now we're just spending a lot. That pallet don't look quite right, but hey, it's all on there. Strap it in so they don't fall off. Make sure nothing else spawns in while we're here. Looks good. Check the prices and go to the highest paying place. Yes, Lizard Logistics is definitely the best paying place still, which is the next town over, so that's where we're going to go. Got quite a little bit in here, so I think we should have a pretty good income. We kind of need to make a little bit of extra money. We spent some money in this episode getting that new potato planter and different seed. Of course, his wages are going to be pretty good today too, with paying for him to plant that whole thing. Of course, it's still $1,000 to pay the employee up at the greenhouse. We're going to have to probably purchase another production in the near future. Get more work for the people in town. I don't like these bridges though, because the hitch likes, or not the hitch, but the just bounces when the landing gear hits it. I can do it coming back off too. And the next bridge doesn't have the side rails. Oh, now we're stuck. Take off, go really quick off it so it doesn't catch us. There we go. All right, let's get to the next bridge. This is the bridge that always gets me. When I crossed it one time, I wasn't recording at that moment, but it caught just right and put the pickup right off into the water. And it's deep enough down there that I had to reset it. There's just not much clearance. I wish I could raise it just a little bit, but this pickup doesn't have that option. Whew. There, made it across. We'll get to town and get these sold. Maybe someday we'll be big enough to actually be able to buy a semi to haul stuff in, so we don't look so foolish backing into this dock with our little bitty flatbed and pickup. There's taking it already. See what we get out of it. There, $25,328. Not too bad for a 1 month supply. We'll get back, get that field finished up. Looks like he is almost finished. Doesn't have too much left. I'll go back here and I will mow some of this as he's finishing up that field. This is mostly just to get rid of all this brush. Try to make it look a little better. We'll probably, collect it. We don't have a bunker silo, so we can't really turn it into silage. We can still at least make this look good. We could still come out here and ted it to actually turn it into hay. So if we do get cattle in the future, we will have something to feed them right away. So that'd probably be the smartest thing to do. Just build a little building to put loose hay in. Like I said, I don't know exactly how far over this property line goes. I think the neighbor would really care if I mow up his field, since there's really no use for it. I probably should get that tree. I think it's called the tree devourer. Get it least. You could always buy it. I think it was $25,000. It's not a whole lot of money. If we had it, we could get rid of these trees that are in the way and make a little bit more use out of this back pasture back here. But I will mow this, and once it's done, I'm sure he will be pretty much done with this field, and then we can call it a night. Looks like we got done about the same time he's going to get done. This way, and we're going to go grab the rake and rake up that little bit of grass we done. And I did look up on the map. We do own a lot more property back there than I thought. We got plenty of room. I think next month is December. It's going to start getting cold. I think we'll probably get that tree devourer and actually chop up and get some wood chips and then sell that, make some profit off of it. We should have enough money to we could buy it, but I think we'll probably just lease it. We won't use it for too long. We'll also need to get a wagon that we can blow the wood chips into. So right now that little gravity flow wagon's not going to work good for wood chips. Use that. We already have our little cattle trailer, so we don't even need to buy a cattle trailer for when we do have cattle. But with this, we will keep this hay, so when we get cattle, we will have feed for them. I'm going to rake this real quick, then we'll get that tractor put away, and then get up here with our pickup wagon, collect the hay that we're going to get, and then if I have enough money, we're going to buy a little building to be able to put this hay in. Let me get this tedded and raked. It looks like we're going to get more than one load out of it this time. We're going to have to put in some kind of a building to be able to keep it in this thing for too long. Got to come back and finish picking up the rest of this. Probably going to be full by the time we get to the end here. Yes. All right. Well, let's see what we have to choose from on a, I think it'd be under silos. I know I do have some, those are like fermenting silos, but these little bitty loose shaft, grass, and hay. Ooh, $80,000. Hopefully there's a smaller one. Oh yeah, they get smaller. So they don't get that small. 40,000. I don't even have enough for the small one. I might just have to hold on to this for a little bit. There's rooftop storage. Oh, potato silo. That's kind of neat. 15,000. We might need that when we harvest our potatoes. I know some of these will hold it. Well, here we go. Fruit crop manure. No, just a couple there. It's 25,000. A lot cheaper. Of course, this one will hold quite a bit. Actually, I think we already have one of those. I wonder if we could just put this in our main silo. Let's go up there and find out. Well, look at that. It will take it. Perfect. I mean, it won't be the most realistic. At least we'll have a place to store it and not have to spend any money to do it. So I'll drop this off, and then we'll go collect the rest of it, and then get our tractor out of the field. Well, now it's decided it's going to start raining on us. Now that we've got everything finished up, I think this is a good time to park the tractor and go in the house and sleep for the night. So I will see you guys in the morning. Well, happy Sunday morning to you. Time for church, so we'll get in the pickup here, start headed into church. Yesterday, we sold $25,328 worth of products. So that'll be $2,533 in tithes. We are paying $1,000 to the manager at the greenhouse. And then our wages from yesterday, or this past week, was $532. So after those were subtracted off, that left us $34,511 in our bank account. Welcome back to Baxter Springs, everyone. This episode, the snow is starting to fall. We got everything decked out for the Christmas season at the church. We got some nice decorations set up. Some of the staff there did that over the weekend. And we also have a little Christmas village, to help out with the community. Some free food, some beverages, nice warm apple cider and hot cocoa. But we're going to run to town. We were told that we could borrow a tree mulcher to get some wood chips and the guy's wagon up here, the lumber mill. The only catch is he wants us to bring him the wood chip so he can use it to make products out of. So I thought, well, that's a good enough trade. I can handle that. This must be the machine to grind up the trees. That must be the wagon available. So he's going to let us borrow them, and that's really nice because, as you can tell, we don't have much money right now. The guy running the greenhouse has asked us to replace the little walk-behind pallet jack with a forklift. So we did it. He was having trouble trying to get the seed and the fertilizer in. So we upgraded him to the new forklift. And I think it was about $25,000, so it was kind of a big investment. But right now the wood chip prices are extremely good. So as long as we can get enough trees chopped up, we should be fine and be able to take care of that. And if we make enough money, we're actually going to buy a pellet factory, have it built on a piece of land, and be able to hire some more people from town to operate it. Right now our wheat field's up nicely. We also have potatoes up already. Not sure when the snow's going to start sticking to the ground. Hopefully we can get this done. We also need to fertilize both these fields. I kind of like to do that before it gets too deep. If I get this unfolded correctly, might Might have to turn on the help window. There it goes. Alright. Hopefully that goes right in the wagon. Perfect. It does. I will get this filled up, and then we will run it to town and sell it. They only take a few trees and it'll be full. Get this a little lower for me. Try to get rid of the stumps. Really don't want the stumps in the middle of our field. Eventually we will plow this up. There we go. Nice. Nicely done. Now this big tree here, we're already at 64% full. Actually, it looks more than 64%. Maybe we should just drop this thing off here and take this to town. Yeah, because it's 100% full. It must be the wood chipper that had some in still. Let me take this in and get it sold off. This is kind of one of those moments. It'd be nice to have more horsepower on this tractor. The white has more horsepower, but it does not have the front PTO and 3-point. So I can't use the tree grinder with it. So we've got to use the little New Holland to do the work. But it's okay. I mean, it's doing the job. We don't have far to go. I mean, that's a positive for sure. We don't want to go too far. I just love this time of year as we celebrate the birth of our Lord and Savior. We get to decorate the house, decorate all the trees, and I love the snow. Here in this part of the country where I live, there is quite a bit of snow in the winter. I don't think we're going to have a white Christmas this year, though. Doesn't sound like there's any snow in the forecast. Oop, forgot, that is a collision on that fence. The other fence is fine, but that one up front we do collide with. Well, maybe we're far enough on. See what one of these loads is worth. Oh yeah, I think it's going to be worth quite a little bit of money. Yeah, $68,000 for one load with, what was it, 2, maybe 3 trees? I think just 2 trees is all actually cut down. Well, we'll have plenty of money. We'll be able to buy that pellet factory in no time. Let me go back and get a couple more trees chopped up, fill this wagon again, then see how much money we have in the bank after that. Well, all it took was that one tree. That filled it right back up again. So I will take it in and get it sold. Got a couple little trees along the side there I want to get rid of right away, and a couple straight ahead there. This guy in between the 2 fields. We'll have this curved pretty good. Still have all that over there. I would like, well, actually, I'll go in the other way to town and show you where I'd like to buy a piece of land and put the pellet mill on. We already have a guy from town that's willing to operate it. He started building a house over here, and the only reason he stopped building it is because he lost his job at the mine. So if we can get this thing operational, he will take over that, and then that'll give him enough income to be able to finish building his house. This little field here is pretty level. I think we could easily build a pellet mill right here, because this is the guy's house. His own water well close by, but he started working on it, then kind of run out of funds, and there it sits. I will get this into town and sell it, and then see what we have to work with. Second load going in. $68,000. It says the $142,000. I think that'll build the factory, but I don't think it's enough to buy the land. Let me check the land value. Looks like it's $200,000 and $320 for that, and that gives us actually quite a bit of property. Right now we just own these 2, which is enough for right now. I mean, we've only cleared the trees in this little area. We still have all these trees we could clear out to make more field. Of course, there's our potato field. It's not too awful big, but big enough. We'll get back, we'll grab the tree harvester and get a couple more loads to town until we have enough money to buy this. When we do, we'll buy it and start building that factory. Well, I just got done talking to the guy who owns this wagon and then the picker-upper deal, or not the picker-upper, but the tree processor. and he said we could buy it from him. So we gave him $75,000. Now we own it. So I think we're going to be using it quite a bit. So it's cheaper just to buy it used from him than buying it brand new. He doesn't use it very much. And we're already up to $206,000. That's after I paid the $75,000 to him. I think one more load, we should have enough money to be able to buy that piece of land. So let me grab one more, do that, and then he's actually willing to sell his business to us as well. We can make some furniture there at that location. So we've already taken some wood and some wood chips to him. So we got enough material to really get started. All I got to do now is spend the money on buying it. And then, of course, hiring a worker to operate it. Seems like the going price in town is about $1,000 a week to operate. So that's not too bad. So that place needs a couple employees. To make the furniture, that's only $2,000 a week. I can just get the rest of this little stuff here. There we go. Looks like we're almost full already. We'll get one more tree, probably this little guy here, and then a couple more little ones, and we'll take this to town, and that should give us enough money to buy this next piece of land. There we go, $275,000. Let's go ahead and purchase this for $200,000. Down to 70, just shy of $75,000. Let's see how much that pellet factory is. It is actually only $20,000. So I think we can go ahead and just purchase it right now. Spin it around so it's facing the right direction. It'll disappear on me. Make it smooth with the field. There we go. There, it's not too bad. Oh, I guess the field wasn't quite as level as I thought. I believe everything is done up front, so I will just level this ground a little bit. Boy, that squeaking of that mill over there. It's got a lot of squeak to it. You get that thing greased. All right, well, let me level this ground, make this look a little better, and then get it operational. There, I think it's leveled good enough. I think it'll all work just fine. I believe the wood chips go in here. You can also bring in lumber and straw. Straw is another option. And the pellet pallets will spawn out there. Let me go back and find out where I put our grinder at. And load up, there it is, straight ahead of me. Load up with another load of wood chips and then load that factory up. Get it turned on and then get to town and get somebody hired, which we know the one guy already, the one that's going to operate it. But we've got to get some help for him, so he can't do it all by himself. This actually might fill up enough with what we got. Oh yeah, that's going to be more than enough. Actually, it's going to be clear full. That didn't take long. Didn't even have to cut any trees. Looks like there might be a little bit of an incline there I need to work on. Let's drop this off. It probably won't even hold the whole thing. At least be some in it, and the rest we can take to town. There we go. Right, yeah, it looks like it only took about 15,000. Let me get out and turn it on, and then we will run the rest in and sell it, and then probably buy that furniture factory. There we go, 15,000 liters of wood chips. So 1,000 wood chips in will give us 2,000 pellets out. So it looks like it's going to be making them pretty fast, which we run at 5 times speed on this map. Makes the day go a little faster. That'll be perfect. We'll have a couple pallets in no time. Let me go to town, sell the rest of this, and find out who all wants to work up here. Well, we're going to end up buying the carpentry business. That was a $60,000 purchase, which isn't too bad. So I'm going to have 4 guys working up at the pellet factory. That'll be $4,000 there. And then we're going to have 2 guys working here making furniture. We already got the wood from what we brought in earlier. We'll be making furniture here with the 2 guys. There's going to be $2,000 a month, a week, however you want to look at it. Plus the 4 guys operating over there, so there's the $6,000. Plus we have the manager of the greenhouse. That's $7,000 per week, per month of expenses. But I think we're going to make plenty of money with all this, so we'll be able to continue to have a hired hand out on the farm taking care of things. Right now we need to get a fertilizer spreader and spread some fertilizer in our fields to make sure we get maximum yield out of those. So let me go find a fertilizer spreader. We've got $37,000 left. That should be enough to buy used one of those. And then we'll get him out, fertilize the fields. See you in a little bit. Well, I went with this Wilmar. I use it on quite a few series. This will be our fertilizer spreader. It's $25,000. More than enough, but had to have something. Fill it up with lime, and that pretty well made us broke. Yeah, kind of less than $6,000 left in the account. I'll probably have to sell something to be able to get enough money to pay all the fees we have for this week. Let me get this back to the field and have the hired hand get started. There, we got him off and started. So he's going to get this wheat field all fertilized, and then we're going to grab the pickup and we're going to try to sell some of the products that we've already produced. Now we got some pellets that should be about ready, at least 1 pallet of those, plus we have all of the greenhouse vegetables to sell off. So I'm going to go do that, put some money in the bank before we head out tonight to the Christmas market. We'll go check that out a little later. Let me go get some things sold first. Looks like we have 2 pallets ready. Didn't take too long to make. Gonna get close enough to get the second one. Of course, Lizard Logistics is the best price for the vegetables. Not sure. Oh, great. It's not going to take that last one. Must be full. That's all right. We can come back and get it. I will see where the best price for that is. Go sell that with the rest of the vegetables. Looks like our pellets will be going to the sawmill. So this lady gets out of our way. Back up and get rid of our vegetables here. This is still by far the best sell price. We don't run into one of those trucks, pay for damages. Offload these. I see our hired hand's already finished, so he didn't work too long. We'll probably have to go fertilize the potato field. I'll sell this and we'll go over and get rid of that pallet of pellets. Well, we got about 16,000 out of the vegetables. Here we are at Miller's Sawmill. Hopefully I can open this gate. There we can. Good. Still open. Run in there and get rid of this pallet. It's over $6,000 per 1,000 liters. This will be at 4,000 liters. We're going to get quite a bit out of it. Sell it real quick. Oh, we'll take it. There it goes. It's going to be lined up just right. There we go. $25,000. Kind of hid behind that finished work deal, but $25,000, that's quite a little bit for every pallet of that. I know we have one more pallet ready now, and I think our third pallet was about finished. But I got to get back and get to that Christmas market. So we'll see you back at the market. Well, before I go out and have fun, I guess I got to finish my work here. I haven't fertilized this yet. You know, we opened up quite a bit more ground back there where the processor is. We can turn all that into a field come springtime. I like how this map's coming along. We're gonna have a pretty nice farm when we're all done. That's a good sized wheat field. Of course, our potato field's not very big, but it really can't be because we really don't have any big equipment to take care of it. This is more than big enough for that. Of course, I shouldn't have filled this thing clear full because it's still pretty much clear full. I'll put this tractor away and then we can get over to the market. I think I'm going to start by getting me a cup of hot chocolate.
And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them, and they were so afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord.
Well, look at that. Christmas Eve morning and it's starting to snow. We might have a white Christmas after all. Here I got to get the pickup all warmed up, and I got to go into church this morning and preach the Christmas Eve message. But yesterday, well, this past week, we had $435,850 worth of products sold. So we ought to subtract $43,585. Let me do that here real quick. All right, remove money. That was $43,585. Then we have another $7,000 in wages now. If I click on the right thing. Another $7,000 removed for that. Ooh, that was left us $328. Boy, that was cutting it close. Not much to spare. Let me get in and get to preaching. Welcome into a cold January morning here at Baxter Springs. Our chickens are running a little low on some feed, so I want to try to get some feed in their little bunk. They haven't produced me very many eggs yet. I'm not sure what the problem there is. I know, it only holds 150 chickens, and they keep laying new eggs which hatch. By that happening, then all I have is baby chicks. It's not really increasing my egg count any. So I need to try to maybe get a bigger chicken coop in eventually. But the guys down at the pellet mill say I have a whole bunch of pallets of pellets that need hauled off. So that's where we're going to head down to. See you at the pellet mill. I do have some goals here for January, and as you know, in the last episode we made a lot of money off of these wood pellets. Well, one of the goals is to actually get some cattle on the farm. We have all this hay we need that we've already collected from our grass fields that we tedded. Let's see if I can remember how to turn this on. One of my goals for this episode, as you know, in the last episode we make a lot of money off of these wood pellets. I have a goal to actually get some cattle purchased. So once I get these sold off, I'm going to try to have enough money to buy the cattle barn and get that started. As you know, in our previous episode, we were able to get some hay off of just mowing that back ground back there that was kind of wasteful, all those weeds. When we cleaned that up, made it look better. Before I go to the sawmill, I'm going to see if I also have some vegetables to load. We do have enough product that we can definitely make some money. Got the furniture factory going right now also. I talked to them this morning. They don't have any finished yet, so we don't have to worry about selling any of that. I would like to not run over all of our tomatoes. Oh, it must have been full. Now that I've messed that all up really bad, I have to hop off and try to fix that. Alright. Sometimes you gotta fix things yourself. There we go. Maybe I can just lay it off here and have it reload. Make it look nice. Maybe I can get a couple more pallets out of it too. If I can get that one. There we go. Never good at flipping these things over like they're supposed to. There we go. Alright, see if it'll load any more. That might be it. Might have messed it up by dropping it. That's okay. We got more to come back for then. But I'll run these down to Lizard Logistics and sell that, and then go sell our wood chips, wood pellets. One thing I didn't like about this map was all the weeds on it. But you know, when they're covered in frost in the early morning hours, they actually look really nice. Almost like a glaze of snow on them. But here we are coming up on Lizard Logistics. Sell these vegetables off and hopefully make enough. One thing I'd like to do also, you know, I've talked about buying cows. I'd like a newer pickup, a pickup that maybe could pull this trailer a little better. You know, the other one, even this tractor, it sits so low at the back that it almost wants to drag the jack on it. But let me unload our vegetables. At least we're over $10,000 again. We were getting really low on funds. I barely had enough to make all of our payments at the end of last month. Here we go. Another 16, almost $17,000. Better strap those in so I don't lose them going around the corner. But almost $17,000 worth of products. That's pretty good. And we know these wood pellets bring in a lot more money. So let's go see what they're going to be worth. Boy, the sawmill sure makes a lot of noise. At least I'm guessing it's realistic, at least. Still's kind of slow. It's almost quieter outside the tractor. Stop time and see how much we get. Oh, it looks like it stopped by itself. 25,000 so far. I'm not sure why it stopped in the middle. And everything's still in. There it goes again. But we're definitely going to make well over 50,000. I'm not just sure what I got out of each one of them because I had a lot of trouble trying to get each pallet to hit the sell point. But now we're at 163,000. So maybe in editing I can look and actually pop up on the screen what we actually got out of all that. Now we have more than enough to keep going today. The pellet mill is currently out of wood chips, so I'm going to go fill that back up. Then we might be able to start looking into a cattle barn. Well, on my way up I saw there was a for sale sign for a used truck that somebody's trying to get rid of. He wants $50,000 for it. It tells me I could probably sit 16 pallets on here. I think that'd be a pretty good amount. That should be able to get everything. He said like 185 hours? Yeah, 185 hours on it. So it's not new by any means, but $50,000. I think this would come in handy. We could sell our little trailer, not use it anymore. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and purchase this. Well, $50,000 later, we are now the proud owner of this truck. I think it'll do us really good. We'll have to come back later to get our tractor. We'll be able to sell that wagon because we won't need it anymore. But hopefully this thing will auto-load our pallets. If it doesn't, we do thankfully have a forklift at the greenhouse that we could use to do the loading ourselves. But I mean, auto-load is always so much nicer. But let me get back, and we got to get some wood chips for the pellet mill. We do still have plenty of trees out here that we need to get rid of to clear this land out. I still think the cattle barn would go really good down here. It's either down here or we go up to the house. You know, right across from where the house is, there's a bunch of trees over there that we could clear out and then put a barn in closer to the house. Which I think that's probably all we need because this thing only holds 15,000 liters. So many options because we could just save this for a big field. So once I drop this off, we'll run up to the house and see what it looks like. See if it's a good spot to be able to put in a cattle barn. Yeah, actually I think right here would be the better place to put it. Then we can easily take care of it. Just walk right out of the house and we're at the cattle barn. Our feed will be in the silo right there. Of course, there's not a lot of room. We won't be able to put a big pen in. But let's see if I can even clear out some of these trees. I don't think I've even tried one of these trees yet. These are kind of a pain to do anything with. A lot of times I just come out and just delete them. But it looks like I might take it. If I'm stuck on something, but it is grinding it up. Can't raise that anymore. I'm not sure what it's hitting there. Might just have to jump out and remove it. There we go. Let's just remove it the old-fashioned way. Maybe? Come on, there it goes. Now to get rid of... No, figured that branch was still going to be there. There, now it's all gone. Try not to get into the wood processor myself. That's not what I would want. Alright, there's another one of those trees up there that we don't like. We'll get rid of some of these easier ones. We'll just go delete the other style. Let me clean all this up, and we'll probably have to sell some of the wood chips because we're not going to need this many. Here it is. It's probably clear full already. We'll sell this load and come back and grind some more of these trees up. I do believe these wood chips are giving us a little bit more money than we should be getting. It's $160,000 to bring a load between the wagon and the wood processor that holds 50,000 by itself. But it does look like we have our first pallet of furniture ready to roll. So we'll be able to come in here and try out our new truck, see if it'll load that up. And I'm sure we have some wood pellets ready. Plus we have the rest of those vegetables that we didn't finish loading on the last time we took. So we need to go do that. So we'll sell everything first, then we'll come and put in a cattle barn. Hopefully I have enough space cleared out. One worry I have is that there's not a lot of room, so we're not going to be able to have a big pen. So it might be pretty much just a barn that we're going to have to be able to use. Not sure if there's going to be a bad smell. I think it'll be far enough away from the church that the ladies won't hate it every Sunday morning when they open up their door on their car. But I don't think it'll be too bad. It's still a ways away from the church. The smell shouldn't be too bad. Besides, when I get up and go out my door in the morning, it might be a little overwhelming, but you know, this is a farm. You get used to it. So this is the space I have. See if I can get a better overhead view of it. There. I think that'll be big enough to put a smaller barn in. Of course, we need to get rid of the stumps. Need to get our drill out of the way also. But we will hop in our truck and start selling some of our products. Yeah, here we go. We already got 2 pallets. Now if I can just figure out how to turn them on. Alright, help window. Alright, that was simple. Just had it figured out. You know, one thing with this, it creates the pallets way too fast. It just doesn't take enough wood chips. It only holds the 15,000 liters. So I'm just driving really slow, see if another one spawns in, but it doesn't look like it's going to. Alright, let's wrap this in and we will go get the rest of our produce picked up. And then that 1 pallet of furniture. I have no idea what the furniture is going to bring. Probably not near as much as these wood pellets, which is not really believable. I mean, I know a lot of people do burn wood pellets this time of year in January, but I don't know if they paid this much money for a pallet of them. And what would be the difference between a wood pellet and just the wood chips? You think you could burn the wood chips? I'm sure they put something in the wood pellets to make them a little better to burn, but I don't know what it is. If you know, leave it in the comments so we can all learn from your knowledge. Let me see if I can get in here and get that 1 pallet of furniture. I also need to see where to sell the furniture at. I haven't even looked on the map for that. I'm guessing the Blizzard Logistics would still be the best place for it. Probably the best place for everything, but we got 8,000 liters of the wood pellets, 4,000 tomato, 1,000 furniture, and don't want to screw up and accidentally sell it there. Whew, I sold a little bit. Could just sell the whole thing there. Yeah, let's try that. Let's just see if this will take everything. See how much we can get. Oh, that way we don't have to drive far. Yeah, it's selling really good. Looks like it's taking everything. I don't think it's taken any of the furniture yet. It's going to take everything else. Of course, I think we would have made a lot more on the wood pellets at the sawmill than we're going to make here. Just not sure if it's going to get that pallet of furniture. 39,000 so far. See if I can try to make that fall down. It's not letting me. Maybe I need to auto-load it again. Auto-load, auto-load. Disable auto-load. Oh, there we go. Just needed to drop down a little bit. Of course, I'm not going to know what the furniture is compared to lettuce. That brought us in another 6,000. Okay, so the furniture was not worth much of anything. So we definitely probably don't want to sell the furniture here again. But now we can go get our cattle barn put in. I'm kind of liking the looks of this one. It only does 25 cows, but I mean that's enough for our little farm. And it does have automatic watering. So that is a big plus. So I don't have to get a tank and haul in water all the time. It's got a little pin in the back. So yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and get this one. Just under 36,000. Hopefully the ground didn't mess up too much. Just a little bit here at the end, which isn't too bad. That goes to the road. I did open up the fence down here. Find it again. Yeah, right here. I made a little shortcut, which I might have to close that back up. So I was going to put another driveway in. But now that I put this cattle barn in the way, that's not going to work too good. Looks like a little piece of wood still here. Throw that over there. Get it out of their pin. Yeah, let me grab some hay and we'll get it put in here, and then we'll hop in our little cattle trailer over there and go to the livestock market. I tried hooking up to our cattle trailer with the pickup first, and it did not work. The hitch was too low on it, so I'm hoping this man truck here will line up just right. We can use it. I'd hate to have to hook up a tractor to try to make it do its job. Oh yeah, that works great. The hitch is adjustable on this thing. So nice. Alright, we'll take it down to the livestock market, which is actually where our white tractor is. We'll be able to bring it home with us. So let me get down there. I think we'll go with some of these Holsteins so we can get some dairy cows out of it. Not sure if I want to. No, I think we have the money. Let's just go ahead and... Oh, looks like our trailer can only hold 4 of them. Let's go ahead and get 4 of these. Load it up. There we go. Yeah, that is a pretty tight fit. We'll get these back to the farm, then we'll come back and get a couple more loads of them. I want to probably have 12 on the farm. You sure can hear those pigs over there. We'll go unload these, and I'll come back, get a couple more loads, and then we'll see what it looks like in the barn. Alright, well there it is. Got our white back here. That's what we got. Got 12 head in there. Should be producing milk in no time. I don't have any total mixed ration for them, so they're just going to have to eat what they have. Be happy with it for right now. Eventually I could try to... I'm not sure if this will do manure or not. We might not be able to even do manure in this barn, which is okay. I mean, we got so much fertilizer in our fertilizer cart over there, it'll last forever. Well, now that it's beginning to snow, it's a good time to go in the house where it's warmer, and then start preparing for tomorrow's message. We'll see you in the morning. Well, good Sunday morning to everyone. Fire up our pickup, get her warmed up nicely. Now, this last week, we had $210,000 worth of products sold, and another $284,879 in harvest income between all the wood chips that we ended up selling. So that'll cost us, let me get up the screen here, subtract some money. That was $49,543 in tithes. Take that out, plus another $7,000 in employment expenses. Gets us down to still having $253,814 left. That's not too bad. Oh, I forgot to show you the new building I put in. Let's go back to the house real quick. We're still a little early. We have until 10 or 9 o'clock to be at church, but I'd put in a new little storage building here. Something to keep things in when the weather's coming down like it was last night, which thankfully none of the snow stuck to the ground. We also put in a new driveway here. Something to give us a little shortcut when we're going to the other towns around to sell our products. But let me get back in and get to the church. Welcome back, everyone. Back to the farm. And as you can tell, I actually had a little help from Simulation Gaming Universe. He told me that this barn I could use with the grazing mod. So now the cattle can actually just eat the grass that we have in the pen. Of course, I did notice last night that it was out, so I did have to get them more feed. But now they're fed up. But we need to get over to the pellet factory. They are out of pellets already. So get this tractor fired up and we'll meet you over there. In today's episode, I'm wanting to put in a new pallet factory. I found one that'll take these wood chips. I think that would be really good right over here. If I could just get some wood chips put in. Let's see, lower, try to get rid of that stump. And thanks to Rambo Hacker Gaming, he told me how to edit the file where I can get rid of that horrible squeak on the windmill. Chris Stewart commented saying it needed greased. I told him he could climb up there and grease it for me, but he never did it. So thankfully to Rambo, he was able to tell me how to just edit the file and get rid of that sound, because that sound was painful to hear. I play this with headphones on, and it was just squeaking like crazy in my ears. So yeah, we got 4 pallets already built up. Let's see if I can get this dropped off here. There we go. Won't take all of it, but if we have enough money, we can go ahead and buy that new pallet factory. More than one thing with our wood chips. So just making pellets. I did have some comments on the pellets are actually just an extremely compressed wood. So they compress the wood to make the pellets. So but here, let me get up here and I will try to find a good level spot to build that new pallet factory. Thinking right about in here. Don't look like it's going to mess up the ground too much. Let's get out and see. We messed it up a little bit, but I can easily smooth that out. There. Not sure where the trigger is to... Oh, right here. Storage is empty. Okay. So we can make empty pallets with wood chips, and we can't do furniture, but we can do the empty pallets. So that's what we're going to do. Looks like it takes 150 liters of the wood chips to make just 15 pallets, which that's still pretty good. For as much as we make, might as well dump this off before I level the ground. Looks like it's kind of uneven there. Ooh, I even had a stump I never got rid of all the way. So we'll remove that stump. See where it takes the wood chips at. Right there. Right where it should. Alright, see if it'll take very many. I think it's going to take... It took more than it takes at the other factory, so that's good. Let me do some leveling, and I'll go get some more trees chopped up back here to make more room for more stuff. Well, this should be enough wood chips to keep them going. This will probably be another 3 employees. So that'll get us up to 10 employees now we have operating on the farm. We're going to go grab the truck to be able to come up here and pick up these wood chips or wood pellets that we have already made up. Try to get some money back in the bank, which we have plenty. We also need to come out here and probably plow up another field. Since spring is just around the corner, we need to be ready for that. Let me go grab the truck and get those pellets loaded up. Well, we were able to get our first stack of pallets. So now we got 20,000 liters of wood pellets and 1 stack of pallets. So let's get over to Lizard Logistics and sell this stack of pallets. We'll bring in a little over $4,000 for that. And then we'll take the wood pellets and we will sell them at the sawmill. So let's go make some money. If this is your first time joining us, welcome in. Be sure to slap that like button so this video can get out to more of the community. Here we are at Lizard Logistics. Of course, we just have one stack of pallets for them this time. I think we'll have a lot more coming up. We've only had that factory there for maybe an hour. We've already produced one stack. So that's pretty good. Yes, $4,700. It's not bad for just some wood chips. Let me get over to the sawmill and make the big dollars. These wood pellets, they definitely make a lot of money. We might have to stop at the implement dealer on the way back and pick up a tank for our milk. You see our cattle are starting to produce some milk. Oops, drove clear off it too far, but 8,000 so far. It's really hard for me to get this truck lined up. It only likes to pull from one side or the other. I never seem to get it to take all of it. Let me unload the rest of this and see how much we make. Well, I'm not sure how much we're going to end up making. I'll have to add it up in editing because I was back and forth all over trying to get it all to get unloaded. But we're going to stop at the dealership and see if they have any kind of tank that we could load some milk into. Well, here we are. It is nothing fancy, but it will do what we need it to do. Costs us about $8,000, and it'll hold 20,000 liters. So I mean, it'll take a while to fill it up with just 12 cows. Let's see if I can get out this way, and we'll go back to the farm, and we'll probably start mowing some of that new ground to be able to get some hay off it for our cows. We have all of our cows we need to try to feed, and want to make sure we have enough for them. I know we're using, the mod to let us use the grazing so they can actually get grass off of the pasture that they're in, but it's a pretty small pen, so they eat through it really quick. So we definitely need to get some more hay. Besides, we want to turn all that into crop ground anyhow, so we might as well mow it before we plow. Let me get back there and we will get to work on that. Here, I think I'll just be able to mow up this entire area over here down to that, paper birch tree sticking out in the middle of the field. This will open up a lot of acres that we don't really need. What we might be able to do, what I've been wanting to do, especially after the Christmas episode, I thought it'd be really cool to put a tree farm back here and actually grow, Christmas trees. Of course, I don't want to use this big of an area, but maybe over there on our left, we get rid of a few more trees back there and open it up and plant some Christmas trees. Not sure how long they will take to grow to be ready to, cut down for Christmas time, but that'd be something fun to do for the community. Everybody get their own Christmas tree. I'm just going to connect it to what we mowed last time. One thing I would like to do, which I think we have enough money, we might actually buy a new tedder and a rake. Something that'll go a little quicker, as it takes a while to rake and ted with that little one. I like it because it does it all in once. You don't have to go across the field twice, but it is small. So, but let me get this all mowed up, and then we might go shopping again and find a new tedder. Well, I ended up with this Kubota tedder and a Pottinger rake, or windrower, whatever you want to call it. I call it rakes here in the United States, but of course we have a different design than that. You don't see too many of those here, at least in the Midwest. I'll get this Kubota back, get it all tedded up, and then we will grab probably the bigger tractor. I don't know if this one's really big enough. We'll probably have to grab the white to do the windrowing. But let me get that done, then we will collect it. We don't have a baler, so of course we'll just use our little pickup wagon and put it in our bin. This is probably a lot bigger of a rake than I really needed to go with. I thought it'd be something nice and get through the field quickly. We're gonna have to probably plant some field into grass in the future, or buy more land, maybe one of those fields across the road if they ever come up for sale. Buy one of those and put it into grass. Someday maybe we'll get more cattle, a bigger pen, an open pasture type set up. But that's what we have right now, and it's working really good for us. Our productions are bringing in a lot of money, so we could easily afford this type of setup. But I would like to buy or build a community center here in town to help the local youth, give them something to do on the weekends. You know, we don't have any big towns around, so we have to make do with what we have here. So it's a nice community, but ever since, you know, the mine closed up, there really wasn't a lot for people to do. You know, nobody had a lot of money left. Times were rough. But now, you know, we've got 10 people working here, plus the hired hand that comes over and helps. He'll probably be over next month. I'm not sure if we'll have any crops ready or not, but we'll definitely have some fields to take care of for sure. But I will finish raking this and we'll start putting it in the bin. I keep looking on the used tractor market, hoping there'd be a bigger tractor come up for sale, but so far there's nothing. The only thing they have at the dealership is like a 109 horse electric tractor. Well, that's smaller than what we're using now, so that's not going to do too good. And you know, we're kind of in the middle of nowhere. We don't have any electric charge stations around here, so we're going to keep burning our diesel fuel tractors. But I would like to try to upgrade someday to maybe a 200 horse tractor, something that can pull the plow a little better. I mean, this pickup wagon here, it's a small pickup wagon, but it takes quite a little bit out of this little white. I think we're probably going to have more grass than we need, or enough more hay. So I know there's a farmer down the road. He's been needing some more feed for his cattle to get through the winter. So we'll probably take him a load. Maybe our last load we'll just run down to him and let him have. Oop, we're already full on one. So let me go top the cows off, make sure they have enough, and start putting the rest in the bin. And when we get to our last load, we'll run to the neighbor's house. Well, this is all that we had left of our hay. We're going to have over 10,000 liters, so we will run that down to the neighbor's house and drop it off in his cattle pen. And if there's anything left, I'm sure he's okay with us just putting it in his little storage building. So let's get down there and feed some cattle. Here is where Farmer Green keeps his cattle. And a pasture over here. Just drop off. They've eaten most of the grass off their pasture, so let us sit here and try to find which one they're supposed to go in. There we go. Drop all their feed off so they have something to eat. Not sure if there'll be anything left over. Put in the building or not. That looks like they're going to take it all. Well, hopefully that'll be enough to keep them fed, you know, for the rest of the month. So let me get back, and as you can tell in the top right, snow is coming in soon in the forecast. So we're going to load up our truck with some produce and some wood pellets, and we're going to go give them to the people in town to try to keep them fed and keep their houses warm for the storm that's about to come. So we'll see you in a little bit. Try to get 4 pallets off here. Come on, one more. Get one more to load up. Be very happy. I think we'll just take it to the greenhouse in the building we have back there. There we go. And then that'll be a good place for people to come in and get what they need, get their produce, get several bags of this. Enough to survive, you know, the rest of February at least. I know we have a lot of produce in the greenhouse. So we'll go there, and then I'm not sure where we're going to build a community center. Maybe straight ahead of us next to the furniture factory. Be a good spot. Let me get some of this, some lettuce and tomatoes loaded up. There we go. Should have some tomatoes for them. We will get this unloaded. Looks like that's full enough. Full as it wants to go. Probably because we have stuff just sitting there. It's a double stacking. Sometimes the auto load doesn't load it like I would load. But let me get up here, hop on the forklift, and start putting these in the building. Of course, the second I unstrapped them, then everything wanted to fall down. Let's see if I can try to get some of these out without spilling it all. There goes a pallet of lettuce. Hey, it landed on the pallet. That's nice. We'll just load this all in here, then people can just come with their cars and just grab whatever they need. I like this forklift that, the manager here wanted. He wanted something to be able to load 2 at a time, and this one was available, so we grabbed it. It's a lot better than the little walk behind that he had. It was kind of rough. But let me get the rest of this unloaded into the building here, and then make sure the gate's open for everyone to come in and get whatever they need. Well, that should be enough for now. We'll just keep the greenhouse open until probably 8 o'clock tonight. People can come and take whatever they need. Hopefully they will get everything they need before the snow starts coming. I'll get back to the house and we will see you guys in the morning. Well, happy Sunday morning to you. Well, it did not snow much last night. The ground's covered in frost, but thankfully there's not a bunch of snow on the ground. So we did survive the night quite well. I'm not sure how people in town were. I know the manager up at the greenhouse said all the products were gone. They were able to get rid of all of it last night. People took the produce, people took the wood pellets for their heaters, and now we're heading into church. We had $129,807 sold yesterday. So that'll give us $12,980. So let me switch that out. So remove money, $12,980 in tithes. And we have another $10,000 now in employment expenses. That's getting high. But leaves us $155,185. So I'm happy with that. Hopefully we'll have enough money for next month to be able to put in a community center. Well, good morning, everyone. Got up early and did some fishing here on the creek. And now I suppose it's time to get back to work. The guys are all at their productions this morning. They said they have quite a few pallets ready. So that's probably where we're going to go first. Go check out how many pallets. We'll have to go get our other truck that we can load them on. But yes, it does look like they do have several pallets ready to go. So we'll get them loaded up and the wood chips loaded up. Sell those today. And I'm thinking this would be a good time to start putting in another field out here now that we have all this mowed up. So I'll probably start plowing it. And then we might actually run across the street and buy another field over there. Plus, in this episode, I would like to get a community center put in. So, let's get it started. Well, if this is your first time joining us, my name is Brother Lawrence. I'm a small-time farmer here at Baxter Springs. And I also am the local pastor of the church. And now I'm the proud owner of a few of these productions in town that we're helping put some of the town folk to work. After the mine closed, some of them were in need of a job, so we found some businesses here that they can come in and help out on. So let me get some of these pallets loaded up, and then we will run them around to get sold. Of course, they didn't load too well. Let me see if I can try to shake it just enough that they strap in a little better. Of course, that's probably all I'm going to get. So strap them in like that, and we will run over to the next town over, sell this, and come back and get some of these fields put together. These wood chips are always our big money maker. I really like this truck. Anytime it hits a bump, it really likes to almost nosedive, it seems like. Let's see how much we can get out of it this time. Well, the first round was $69,000, another $46,000. So we got well over $100,000 out of that. Let's see if I can get these pallets down. So Of course, in editing, I will put the total up there, but let's get over to the logistics and get these pallets dropped off. Now, if my math is right, next month our potato field should be ready. So I'm really looking forward to harvesting those potatoes. Let's see, 19,000, that's not a lot compared to the wood pellets, but I mean, almost 20,000 for that little bit. We have more pallets, ready to go, and all it takes is wood chips to make them. So it's not too much work. Let's get back and we'll hop in the tractor, hook up to the plow, and start plowing that new field. I've been doing some thinking. I think this field right here would be a really good one to own. I mean, it's right across from the house. Get our hired hand out here. He can start combining this. We can come out here with the wood chipper, chop up some of those trees to clear a path, put a nice little driveway in, and he could be combining this while we plow that other field. And this we could turn into a nice grass field. I believe it's oats right now. Might be able to turn it into some flour also. See if I can find a nice flour mill to put in. Let me buy this and get the combine over here. I know this isn't the biggest combine around, but there is a bigger field across the street, and knowing this is so small, I really thought, let's go with a smaller oat field. Now if I can just find a nice path through the trees without tearing stuff up. There we go. So, yeah, we went with the smaller of the two oat fields. I'll get this thing turned on and then let the hired hand do the rest. Yeah, he's moving right along. He's going to have a load in no time. Trying to get some of these trees cleaned out so we can get a driveway in here. Now, he's got a pretty small capacity. Looks like he's about done with his second headland. I will finish this, go drop it off, and then we will hook up to the wagon and come over here and unload it. I've been doing some thinking this would be a good time to be able to get a bigger tractor, maybe a bigger plow. We're starting to do quite a bit of new fields here. That was never the original plan of the farm. The wood chips have brought us, or wood pellets have brought us so much money. We got to make sure we have enough money to put in that community center. But besides that, there's not much else we need. Of course, I need to tell this guy not to drive when I'm trying to unload. Forgot to turn that on. We'll get him unloaded and we might go tractor shopping. Well, I think this will be our new tractor, an Alice Chalmers 7080. It's got 181 horsepower, so I think that'll be plenty big enough to pull a bigger plow. Going to cost us $75,000. Unfortunately, nothing is on sale when it comes to tractors. So we'll go ahead and purchase this one, and we'll find a plow to go with it. Well, I ended up going with a 7-meter matching set. Of course, it's a little bit different color orange. It's a little lighter color than the tractor, but I mean pretty close. Nice 7-meter cultivator by Alice Chalmers. It'll do the job. We'll go, looks like we need to unload the combine first, but we'll get this thing headed back to that field, start plowing it up, and go unload our hired hand. Turns out he was all finished up. Really didn't get a whole lot of oats out of this field like I thought. But before we drop this off, we might put in a production to be able to make something out of it, some flour. There's so many other things we need to do first, so we'll just keep this in the wagon. If there's enough room in the wagon, that is. Come on. Come on, get it all in there. Please, please. Oh no, 63 liters to go. Can't even put the combine away. I'll get over there and we'll start plowing that field. Boy, this tractor sure roars. Sounds really good. Not sure how fast it's going to be able to pull it. Looks like it can go pretty quick. We did put the front weight on it. Make sure we don't have any issues there. We kind of wish it had a front 3-point so we could use it with the wood processor, but that's okay. We still have the little New Holland for that. this thing all plowed up. But we'll probably just plow what we did, in the last episode, the mowing that we done. I mean, this will be a pretty good sized field. Probably just seeded in grass. Yeah, still a little light on power here. Maybe we're going up a hill. Yeah, we're going up a little bit, not too much. So we could have gone for a little bit bigger tractor, which, I mean, that's a pretty good sized plow for this tractor. But so I will finish plowing this, and then we'll start working on that community center. I believe this is a good time to put in the community center before I spend too much money and don't have enough to build it. I think I'm going to put it over by the furniture factory. I think right here in this spot will go really well. You try to level the ground a little bit. Make sure that it's good enough that we don't mess everything up trying to put it in, but let me get this all finished up. And I think we're going to go with a red barn, a big old red barn. I think that'll look good for a community center. It'll kind of fit this community really well. It's more of a farming type community, so barns would look really good. I think a lot of people would come and use it. So, but let me get this leveled out and get it placed. Well, this is the new community center. Got some seating inside, a little ice cream place where they can pick up some ice cream. There's an upstairs also. We got this little dining hall here. If they come upstairs, there'll be a place for the youth to play games. So all they gotta do is get some games, put it in here, and have a good old time. Well, this will be the new community center, something for the community to be able to use. A little bit of parking out here to the side, but I think that'll work for them. Well, let's get back to the farm. Right now, the hired hand is out planting grass in our new field, but we got some grain we need to haul away. As I was heading back to the farm, I realized, this would be a perfect spot. This is where we had our little Christmas get-together at. I think we're going to put a new mill in here, a grain mill that we can turn these oats into something we can use. So let me actually do that. This way we can have a couple more employees working over at the grain mill. I'll get us up to 12. Of course, that's $12,000 a month in operating expenses. This looks like a good spot to deliver it. Doesn't want to trip that, so let me turn it on and see where it goes. Turns out it was the right spot. It just needed to be opened. So let me go ahead and turn this new mill on. Make some oat flour. Got some nice graphics on it. Spinning mill and everything. Well, we'll finish dropping this off, then we'll go check and see how our hired hand is coming along. Looks like he needs refilled. So we'll get some more seed in him. So he ran out of fertilizer with just that little bit left. I'm not going to worry about trying to take care of that little bit. So we're going to call him done. Get this thing taken back to the house, and I think we're about to be ready to call it a day. One thing I do still want to get done before I go to sleep for the night is to load out this milk. They got 20,000 liters of milk already. Let's go ahead, fire this thing up, and start loading some milk. Can't remember how much this little tank will hold. Whew, didn't realize there's such a low spot there. If we don't get the pickup stuck. And it looks like it's going to be clear full. We're going to run this thing into the farmer's market and go ahead and sell what we have. Now, let's see what we can get out of that 20,000 liters of milk. Yeah, 44,000. That's pretty good. We just have 12 cows, so I mean, that's probably paid for the cows already. Of course, we've got a little feed in them, but nothing much. We'll go back to the farm, call it a night, and we'll see you guys in the morning. Well, good Sunday morning to ya. Hop in our pickup here, get it fired up. Start heading into church. We did have $179,816 worth of products sold yesterday. So it'll be $17,981 in tithes, plus another $1,000 in labor because we have the 2 new employees working the new mill. So, I mean, our operating expenses are going up, but we're also making more and more money on products. Not sure what we're going to get out of the new flour that we're doing. I think that'll be good. So let me subtract this money off. Remove money. We'll have 17,981 in tithes, plus subtract another 12,000 in labor expenses. Perfect. Leaves $104,041. Well, that should do it. Welcome back, everyone. We're going to come back here and check our potato field to start our day in April. I believe it should be ready to harvest. Now, potatoes are kind of one of those odd crops that you have to kind of have faith to be able to know if they're going to yield anything. Because unlike the wheat in the field next to us, you can see how good the crop's doing. Potatoes, they're all underground. But it does look like they are ready to harvest. We're a little shy on money, only $103,000, and some of the potato harvesting equipment does cost quite a bit. So we're going to hop in the other truck, and we're going to run some of our wood pellets and our pallets to town. We also have some of that flour that we made from our new wheat mill, or flour mill. We're going to probably sell some of that. We got some furniture to sell. Got a bunch of little items to sell, so I'm going to do that first. Make some money so we can actually get some of the equipment we need for the potatoes. We don't have anything, big needed because, it's a fairly small field. So we'll just get stuff we can pull behind the tractor. I think both of our bigger 2 tractors are big enough to pull it. So let me get the other truck and we'll start loading up stuff and taking it to market. Looks like when it comes to pallets, we only had 10,000 liters of them. We actually ran out of wood chips. So later on, I'm going to have to cut down some more trees and grind them up and drop them off in there. We have several. Oops, accidentally ran into the tractor. We have quite a few wood pellets over here. I'm going to go sell this first and then come back for those. So let me go sell these off. I went ahead and picked up 3 pallets of furniture too. So sell it all right here, close by. Hopefully those all drop right. Of course they didn't. 37,000. Come on. There. Drop the rest. There we go. So 37,000 and add to that another 26. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Get some of the produce up here that we have available. I think they're pretty full. Tomatoes might be over full, actually. See how many of those we can load up. And at least it's loading correctly. Not putting the space like it had been. Oop, that's clear full. Can't even get any more. Well, we'll go drop these off, and I'll sell all this, and we'll go get the wood pellets. Alright, tomatoes were $12,000. We'll grab some more. These do make us a lot more money if we take them into town to Lizard Logistics. We have so much to sell, I kind of wanted to sell something closer. Another $15,000 out of that. We have another partial load of lettuce. All the tomatoes were on that load. We got some, I think, 3 pallets of flour. Could be more, I guess, produced by now. Not sure. Didn't have a whole lot of oats to actually take them from that last harvest. Finish loading this up, take it, and then of course the wood pellets, they have to go clear to the sawmill to sell. I'll take these over and finish this off and then go get those wood pellets. Alright, let's see. Another 12,000. Seems like that's about what we get on every load. 12,000 out of that. Now the wood pellets, of course, they'll be worth the most. So I'll spin over there, and I'm not sure if they need any more wood chips or not. We'll check that when we get them the wood pellets or wood chips for the other production. Looks like the wood pellets still act up on this truck. Don't quite load in right. Let's see how many we got. $34,000. That's going to bring in a lot of money. We'll definitely have enough money to get our potato equipment. I was just going to lease it, but we might actually have enough to buy it. So maybe in the future we can plant more potato fields, or maybe if not that, harvest somebody else's potatoes. As on our way, we're going to check and see how many pallets of flour we have. Yeah, it looks like they have at least 3 ready. There might be more inside. Not sure how much it'll hold. But let me run over to the sawmill and get this sold off. Well, we made $217,249 off of those wood pellets. So let's just go ahead and go to the dealership and pick up the equipment we need for the potato harvest. Well, that was $215,000 worth of equipment. Spent all of our income that we just made. At least we own this, so we'll be able to use it. Hopefully this truck will be strong enough to haul it back. I'm going to load the first front piece. I think it's some kind of mower attachment, I believe. If you know exactly what those things are that go in front, no, it somehow chops up the tops of the potatoes, and the other machine digs it out of the ground. Oh boy. See if I can center this a little better. Spread them all the way out. There. Alright, there we go. It'll work. I'm not sure how we're going to get it back off, but at least it'll be on and at the farm. Let me get this unloaded here and we'll take it to the farm. This gas station always makes me wonder why it's always so busy. It's car after car going in to get fuel. I have never seen so much traffic go through a gas station before, except for on this map. Must have a really good price, but thankfully we still have enough. Well, they've got the mower-like attachment hooked up to the white. Our biggest tractor is actually that Agco Alice, and it's only 181 horsepower, and the machine we got requires 200, but I think it probably can handle it. I'm hoping, because I mean it's all we've got, so it's got to do the job. So let me get in here. See, this looks like a good spot to start. Hopefully you can pull it from behind and not just in front. Yeah, it looks like it. It's working. Alright, so let me get all this mowed, and then we will go grab the Agco Alice and have it start doing the rest of the work. Turns out the hired hand came over to help out. So he's doing that part of the job, and we're going to try to see if we can start picking some of these potatoes. Let's see, this tractor, oh, it turns kind of sharp there. Let's see if I can figure it all out. Get it lowered, turned on. No, it's a really narrow pickup area. It's like 1.5 meter. Looks like it's picking it up just fine. Let's see. It's coming up front. Yep, potatoes are in it, so it's working. I'll just keep going back and forth, and I guess I can drive over it. It won't hurt anything. It's the only way I'll be able to do it without waiting for him to finish all of it. Maybe I can actually hire somebody. No, it won't let me hire somebody to do this. Really hoping it would. I can make it go a lot easier. No field found. So I'll do it the hard way, all by myself. Not sure if Horseplay would allow me to do it or not. Well, yeah, this tractor really does, it does take everything it's got to do this job. But let me get a hopper full of potatoes, and then we'll go. I don't think I even have a wagon to put it in, so we might have to go shopping again, find a wagon to use. So I'm pretty sure our gravity flow is not going to work. But we'll see in a little while. Turns out the only way I can actually do this is from inside the cab. On the outside I couldn't really see the rows good enough. All you have is that little stubble sticking up. And that's where you try to keep your right tire close to, and that's seems to be that's where the potatoes are. outside of the cab, I just really couldn't tell very well. I mean, you can kind of see it, but not good enough. So definitely easier inside the cab. For all you Alice Chalmers fans out there, I'm sorry. I just realized this is Alice Chalmers and not Agco Alice. It'll eventually become an Agco Alice, but in this year it was still Alice Chalmers. But yeah, it's taking a long time to harvest these potatoes. It goes so slow. I only get 1 to 2 rows at a time. I gotta keep jumping over and having the other guy start back up because I keep thinking he's done, but he's not. But let's see, we're maybe half done the field. Of course, we're not even half full though. Wish I could just get this to have a hired hand do it. Let's try it again here. There, it's actually taking it. Maybe I can get him to. See if he's missing anything. Doesn't look like it. So good. I'll let him go back and forth now and I'll do the mowing. Turns out mowing the tops is a lot easier than trying to get that thing to line up right. They're over there doing a really good job with that. Just about have this finished up. It's not even going to fill up. I really hate to buy a wagon for that. One thing that we could use is an actual little dump truck, or some kind of farm truck that we can haul grains and obviously potatoes with. So we might see if there's any of those. Not sure if there's anything on sale right now. Nope, just a corn head. Don't need to buy another one of those. I'm going to put this up here out of the way and pull that rake out of the way because I'm sure they're going to be coming back and it's going to be right in the path. I'll pull this out and then we will go buy a new truck. $20,000 for this Ford truck here. Kind of like something we had on the farm growing up. So I think we're going to just go ahead and get it. It holds 15,000 liters. That's big enough for our little farm. So I'll go ahead and buy that and go pick it up at the shop. Turns out the interior doesn't look the prettiest. It'll work. But yeah, we had a little kind of like a bed. It's not really a bed behind the cab or the seat, but more of a shelf. But I mean, I think it's big enough. Somebody could lay back there. When I was a kid, I never laid back there, but definitely tempted a few times when I rode around with Dad on the farm. Kind of get bored sometimes, like, oh, I could just go back there and lay down. It was never very clean, you know, all the grains, the dust coming in from the combine. But we'll go back, and it looks like the harvester was 80% full, so we'll unload those potatoes in here and take them to town. Well, our hired hand has a full load. Just listening to this truck running here. Kind of sounds a little rough. Huh. At least it's running. Let's get up here and get these potatoes offloaded. There we go. Better not go drive too far ahead. See how many we can get out of one hopper. Pretty sure it won't fill up our truck. Shouldn't it? So I believe we hold the 15,000 or 50. Yeah, 15,000. There. 12,000 liters. Good. Well, we were going to run this right to market. Actually, might have some grain still in from our first harvest in our bin. I'll have to check that out. Let me run these to town and get these potatoes sold. The Baxter Springs Farmers Market actually has a pretty good price on potatoes. Let's just sell them to our own town. Help out a local business here. Oh, maybe. I'm wanting to take it there. Maybe it's over here. There it goes. As long as it takes it somewhere. Oh, that's going to be a slow drain. Wish I could open the whole back of the truck out. But let me jump time here. All right. $6,000. Boy, that'll take a long time to pay for the new equipment we got to harvest these potatoes. but I'll get back and finish off that field. Well, our potato harvest is wrapped up. Just going to dump this last little bit off in the truck. Not going to make too much more off of it. Apparently our potatoes weren't quite as good as I was hoping. I mean, it wasn't a huge field, but I really hoped to get more than this off of it. But let me go ahead and go park this thing up by the house, and we will run that back to the market. I kind of thought the potatoes would do a little bit more than 14,000 liters. I did get some more wood chips in, and we're producing the wood pellets and the pallets. With those, thankfully we have a lot of those, and it doesn't take much time to get a wagon load. But let me get in here to the farmer's market and see how much they're going to give me for this little bit. Well, another $1,000. I'm sure if we made enough on the potatoes to pay for this truck, I might end up selling that other potato equipment that we purchased, since we really didn't make enough on potatoes to make them worth it. Let me get back to the farm. We have that flour we had produced out of the old mill. We need to go sell that, and then we're just about done for the day. So let me go grab the other truck and load those pallets. We still have some corn left in our grain bin. The best price for that is not until June. So we just have a few more months, and then we can sell our corn from our first harvest. But we do have at least 3 pallets here, and I'm sure there's more in the mill that we can load. Let me get down there and see if I can get them loaded up right. Well, good. That was 9 pallets worth. So I'm sure the best price is going over to the neighboring town here and unload these. So I will take these over to Lizard Logistics, drop them off, and we'll get back to the farm and feed the cows and go to bed for the night. We will see you in the morning. Well, good morning. It turns out we had a record month here in April. We actually made $347,358 worth of sold products and harvest income, which was wonderful. That'll cost us $34,736 in tithes and offerings. Plus, we'll have another $12,000 in wages for all the different employees we have. And then our hired hand actually made $416 this week. Our problem is we had $235,000 worth of new equipment that we bought with all the new potato harvesting, our new truck. So we did have our biggest month in expenses as well. Well, good morning and welcome back to the farm. Just doing some morning chores. We need to get some feed in the cows here. Going to fill this up with hay and take it and give it to them. Our wheat field is ready to be harvested, and we actually have a new pull-behind trailer. We had some in the comments saying we need to add a trailer to the farm, and he's right. We need a trailer. It was hard to use the one truck to haul all of our products to sell, and now we have help with the new trailer. It is also auto load. Hopefully it will load a little better than what our truck was doing, and thankfully we can actually pull it with our truck. So let me get these cows fed, and then we will hop in that pickup, or actually the truck, and go to town and get all of our products loaded up. This trailer actually comes in a 5th wheel pull hitch also, but I know our little Ford pickup probably is not big enough to pull a 5th wheel. So by having this truck on the farm, I thought, we'll just do the bumper pull and hopefully be able to use both the truck and trailer to load everything up. So that is what we're going to go try, and then like I said, we're going to get in that wheat field a little later. I'll probably combine it and maybe have a hired hand do all the loading out. I think I'm going to start with the empty pallets. I will try if I can load it correctly. We'll load it on the truck, and then some of the heavier stuff on the trailer. There we go, loading up very well. We're going to be able to get them all, and then I think some more may spawn out, but I think that looks a lot better than what we normally have. Normally can't get a whole load. Now if I can just get more to come out. Pretty sure there's still some more in this production. Let me check. Pallets. Empty pallets. Oh, actually, I think we have all of them. Perfect. Strap those in real quick. Don't want to screw that up, and we'll set it to the trailer next. I think that, I'm not sure how to get it set on the trailer. It doesn't look like it wants to. Alright, let's see if we can get this to load on the trailer. Oh, that's nice. That did not load right. That should not have happened. Hey, they're still on though. That's good. Disable auto load. Trying to get it to go back to the next tool. Nope. Let me unhook the trailer. I can't even unhook it. Well, that didn't work right, so I reset it. All the pallets are now in those crates in the back. So now we can come up here and actually load out our wood chips. Or wood pellets, I should say. Of course, it didn't load them all, like it should have. Should have put that one up front. That's close enough. I think we can run this over to the greenhouse and load everything they have up. And we can go over to Lizard Logistics and start selling everything. Well, it's not the prettiest load. I mean, there's wood pellets on top of the tomatoes and lettuce. I'm sure they're being smushed really good, but that's all on there. Now we'll just get it over to the next town over and see how much we can get out of all this. Of course, the wood pellets, they have to go to the sawmill, but everything else will work at Lizard Logistics. So I'll see you when we get there. I'm sure this trailer would have been a great idea if I didn't have this auto load truck in the front. I think there's a little bit of a conflict between the two. So, but we're going to just nose in here so we can try to get everything off the truck unloaded besides the wood pellets. Let's see how much we make out of all of it. Well, looks like we got 18,000 out of the produce. And, ooh, come on, stay in there. One little pallet of wood pellets. Wasn't able to get the back offloaded yet. Let's see if I can try to spin this around and get it in there. Well, not only could I not unload those pallets, I couldn't even get it to unhook the trailer. So I had to reset the truck. So I unloaded these wood pellets off first and just reset it. I'm just going to leave those on the trailer and not touch the trailer again. Hopefully I can get this last pallet here that went flying. There it went. Perfect. We're good. Now we'll just leave those 14,000 liters of pallets there. Just leave them. Maybe we'll hook them up to a different truck some other time. Right now I'm going to head over to the sawmill and sell this off. Well, that brought us in quite a little bit. $142,270. So I'm going to get back and probably get a hired hand plowing up the field across the road, and then we will hop in the combine and start harvesting that wheat. I think this field should be fine for him just to go back and forth. So I won't even set up horseplay, no headlands, and there, I think he's off. All right, perfect. Of course, a little underpowered, going up a little bit of a hill, but not too bad. So I'll try to figure out what we want to seed in this field later. I mean, I should have came back and picked up the straw, but it's May, so there's not a lot of farmers that need straw this time of year, and we have plenty of it for ourselves. So we're going to go back and hop in the combine and get started in the wheat field. Talking about all that straw over there, we're going to be making straw of our own on this side. So, I mean, I think we'll collect it. Maybe we'll even bale it. We don't have a baler yet, but we could always use one. We'll need it for grass coming up, for our hay field that we just planted. We're going to do, I'll probably do a couple headlands, and then I'm sure the hired hand will be done over across the street, and he can come over and help me over here by hauling the grain. So let me get a headland or two done. Looks like I'm going to fill up long before he's done over across the street. So I think now that we're at this end of the field, I'm just going to hop out real quick. Grab the auger out. Grab the truck myself. There we go. Truck's right over here in the barn. There it is. We're actually getting quite a bit of wheat out of this field, a lot more than I thought. And we could just take it to our flour mill right here. You know, the one we put in a couple episodes ago. You know, we're out of oats. We don't have any oats left. So, I mean, they're definitely waiting for something to use. There, shut this truck off. back in, get in the combine, and keep going. Probably do one more headland and then start going back and forth. Maybe by then he'll be here to run the truck. There we go. That was actually probably a little bit of wheat for this little bit. Going a lot better than our potatoes did. We didn't hardly get any potatoes off of it. Let me go around the field another time and see how much we have added up then. We might just run it over and get the mill going. Start making that flour. Here we are with our second headland. Spin up here, shut this thing off. We will try to keep our windrow going straight. Drop this off in the truck. We will get it straight over, get it delivered, and start making flour out of it. Keep those guys busy. There. Nice. Let's see what we're gonna get. Not sure how much that combine does in each run. Now it looks like our hired hand's done, so he can come over and help us as well. We'll have him haul the grain as we do the combining. Let me take this and get it dropped off at the mill. There we go. This should keep them busy for a while. Let me get that turned back on. I'm pretty sure it was off since they didn't have anything, and wheat is what we're going to start making. Perfect. I don't know if there's any flour they already have. Oh, they already have some flour in there. I'll have to eventually come and load it out as well. Now this guy's done, we'll take it back, have the hired hand hop in the truck, and we'll hop back in the combine. Alright, now that we got them back in the field, we can start the combine back up. Should be able to make quite a bit of flour out of this. This is producing quite a little bit of yield. Like I said, a lot better than the potatoes we're doing. It's a beautiful day to be harvesting some of this. We're going to get quite a yield off of it. You know, a lot better, like I said, than the yield we were getting off of the potato field. But yeah, beautiful weather. But, oh, that hurts. Oh.
911, what is your emergency?
I'm the hired hand at Brother Lawrence's, and he is not waking up. Please send help.
We will dispatch rescue to you right away.
Unit 1 to dispatch. I am arriving at Brother Lawrence's farm right now. Please stand by.
Brother Lawrence, my child, welcome. Well done, my good and faithful servant, whom I am well pleased.
Just like Brother Lawrence, nobody knows the time nor the place when your time is going to come to an end. So why don't you today make the decision in your heart to follow Jesus as Brother Lawrence did? Please reach out to us either via Facebook or our Discord page so you too can have the assurance of eternal life with Jesus. Please don't let another day pass by. We want to thank all of our viewers through this series of the church. Thank you for the time and, the comments that you left for us. Words of encouragement and hope. Thank you all very much, and a special thank you to L Family Gaming Dad, Rainbow Hacker Gaming, and Simulation Gaming Universe for your support on this channel. And another big shout out to L Family Gaming Dad for the idea of this series, The Church. Thank you all so much, and until next time, have a blessed day, and bye-bye.